Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Monday. Starting the week off on a positive, healthy, productive, and efficient note. Got some inspiration for y'all on this wonderful Monday, man. So, what's the word? Give everybody about 2-3 minutes to tap in before we start building on this subject matter, man. On this inspiration for the day, man. We feeling inspirational. Just want to spread that energy, man. Because again, like I said, the positive energy is just as contagious as the negative energy. We just got to make sure we're doing a good job of spreading that type of energy. We spread enough of the toxic, ignorant energy. We got to do the same in regards to the positive energy to neutralize it, to balance it out, or overrule it. Overpower it. So what's the word, man? How everybody living? How everybody feeling on this wonderful Monday, man? What's the word? Talk to me before I start talking to y'all. John, peace, what's happening? Magic, peace, what's the word with you, my brother? How we living? How we feeling? What's the word? How y'all holding up, man? We a little rainy on my side of town, but it's all good, man. We don't let the weather dictate our emotions and how we feel. We don't do that. We keep it centered. We keep it peaceful, no matter the weather around here. Miami Soldier, peace, what's happening? Nikki Peach Queen, what's happening? Miss Naya, peace, what's the word? Brandon, peace, what's happening? This video, it was inspired by me talking to some younger folks, but this message applies to everybody, not just younger folks. Stop rushing life. When you tap in, Chris, peace, what's happening with you, my brother? When you tap into a lot of these people, especially on like YouTube and these social media platforms, they will have you striving to rush everything in your life. They will have you striving to rush getting married, having children. They will have you feeling bad about not being in a certain financial position in your life. They will have you feeling bad about not having certain material items in your life. That's what society will have you feeling like today's time. They will have you rushing literally everything in your life, rushing to get in relationships, rushing to have kids, rushing to get this house, rushing to get this car, rushing to get this pair of shoes. Slow down, man. Rushing to get into this type of investment. Slow down. Slow down. Montel, peace, what's happening? MC, peace. Shantae, peace. Queen, what's happening? E Reacts, peace, what's happening? John, for sure. Gotta tell people, slow down. Slow and steady wins the race each and every time. So I really don't care what society is gravitating towards. I'm going to do what makes sense for me. I'm going to move at a comfortable rate of speed for me. When you ran track, I was a track runner back in the day. You never try to run anybody else's race. That's how you tire yourself out. You got to find your pace. And that's how we got to maneuver through life. You got to find your pace. Stop trying to run everybody else's race. And a lot of times these people are presenting you with facades and illusions. They want to make it appear like they live in one way, but in reality, deep down, they suffering. Their situation is toxic. Their situation is disastrous. But they want to show, again, everything on social media is for show. That's it. Literally, they want to give off this illusion. And what do? We compare our lives to that illusion. So we start feeling miserable because we seen such and such make this type of money investing, and we doing our small investments, and we like, dang, man, I want to reach that level. Dude, you gonna reach it in due time. Stay committed to the process. Kurt, peace, what's happening? Stay committed to the process. You see somebody else's weight loss journey, and you like, dang, man, they lost 40 pounds in 3 months. It's been 3 months for me, and I gained 10. Stay committed to the process, man. Their way is not your way, and vice versa. Stay committed to the process, man. Stay committed to the journey. Stay focused. Stay concentrated on yourself, man. The self-development. As long as you focused on developing self, everything will unfold. Everything will unfold accordingly. That's how that works. Magic for sure. Rushing. Like, people will come across something on YouTube, come across something on TV, come across just something somebody said, and they want to rush and implement it. Take your time. Even when I start talking about nutrition and things like that, man, take your time. Don't just say, all right, man, I heard dude talk about becoming vegan, so I'm going to go vegan overnight. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Terenzo, peace, what's happening? Just because you heard somebody that you trust or respect talk about doing something, don't try to transition overnight. Research it first on your own. Research takes time. So stop jumping right into something because you heard about it or people was talking about it. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Like, I never forget when everybody started dabbling with cryptocurrency and all of that. I was one of the ones, I didn't get into it. I'm like, man, this is not my speed. I don't really have time to research it how I want to research it. So I'm not going to get in the game. And I didn't feel any type of way about it. You know, I saw people having success with the crypto and all of that, and I still see it. But that's just not my lane. That's not my lane right now. Now, maybe eventually I will take time to learn it, and then I will feel comfortable inserting myself into that mix. But for now, no, I'm not comfortable with it. I don't care how many people tell me to do it. I will do it when I get comfortable. Right now, I got other things that I'm focusing on. And that's where my focus is at. That's where my focus is at, man. So I don't care what's trending. I don't care what everybody else is dabbling with or doing. If I don't have time to do the things in a way in which it'll make me comfortable doing, then I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I need time to research something before I start throwing money towards the situation. You know, that's how I operate. So again, I'm not caring if I hear somebody talk about, oh man, they talking about crypto. They said they make a lot of money putting their money into X, Y, and Z. That's cool, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to up and try to do that tomorrow because I heard somebody talk about it. I'm not going to up and try to go on a 40-day fast because I heard somebody talk about it yesterday. I'm not going to do that. If it sounds interesting to me, then I'm going to research it first. And then once I research it, then I'm going to make a decision based off of the research. That's how that works. But we in the day and age where we see somebody do something and instantly we think that we got to do it. And we think that we're going to get the same result because we saw X, Y, and Z do it. And then get mad when we don't. Doesn't work like that. We just rushing everything in life, man. We got to just slow down, focus on yourself, especially the young bulls, man. Focus on yourself. All this other stuff, man, is a distraction to your self-development. Get yourself in order, man. Get some structure in your life. See, we work backwards, man. We just start off with chaos. We start off with toxicity. Then we try to create the structure out of that, man. Nah, get yourself in order first, man. Get yourself in order first. You know, we going out here, we rushing, trying to get into relationships because people told you if you ain't in a relationship by such and such age, or if you ain't married by such and such age, nobody wants you. You use goods, all this type of stuff. Man, don't subscribe to none of that, man. Don't subscribe to any of that. Have you feeling like something is wrong with you if you're not in a certain position at a certain age? Come on, man. When a lot of the people that are in those positions that they are telling you to aspire to be in are miserable. You know, so I'd rather not be in that position if it's bringing me peace opposed to being in that position simply because I feel like I'm under a timeline, but all the while I'm unhappy. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. But they got people, I'm telling you, they got people rushing. They got people feeling bad. And this affects a lot of the sisters, most definitely. You know, they got sisters feeling like, man, if you ain't settled down, if you ain't in a situation by 30, 35, you might as well jump off a cliff. You know, that's pretty much what they telling these sisters out here, man. If you're not in a certain position at like 30, 35, you might as well jump off a cliff. Nobody wants you. You serve no purpose. That's basically what they telling a lot of sisters out here, and that's kind of garbage. It ain't even kind of garbage. It's completely garbage. Complete garbage. I'm not about to tell a sister that, man. Not about to tell a sister that. Not about to do that at all, man. Who are you to tell a sister that at 35 if she don't have X, Y, and Z that she serves no purpose, she has no value? As if that's her sole purpose in life. Man, she may be out here doing things that's way bigger than the role you trying to prescribe to her or for her. So don't do that, man. Don't do that. But a lot of these women hear these things and they take it to heart, taps into the emotions. They start looking at everybody else that has these things that the world is telling them that they should have by a certain age. And when they see a lot of people around them with it, they start feeling a certain type of way. You know, that's interesting. That's interesting. I got plenty. I know plenty of people that fit that bill, that they have a lot of value to offer to the world, man. Just because you're not settled down with one person doesn't mean you have no value. Man, listen, value is multifaceted. Value is multifaceted, man. You ain't gotta have, listen, you ain't gotta have kids and be married to bring value to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be on here, you can be teaching a message to millions of people and you have value. So there are plenty of other ways to touch people and bring value to people's lives, man. Like, some women don't aspire to be married and have kids. Like, that's not every woman's goal. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to make them feel all bad because they're not in a certain position by the time they hit 30, 35. Like, come on, man. We gotta be better than that, man. They have plenty of other ways of providing value to the people. Whole while some of the brothers that's telling them that, no value at all, no substance at all. So that type of stuff is dead, man. And you got these young, see, and this is the crazy part about it. This is the problem that I have with the situation. So a lot of brothers create this doctrine to where they have women feeling like they got to rush to do certain things, rush and settle. So they plant plant this seed in the minds of most of these young women that if you don't have X, Y, and Z by a certain age, then you have no value. Then these same younger women, they take heed to this message, and then now they go trying to rush into relationships, and dudes wondering what, like, come on. You planting all of this stuff into the atmosphere, telling them that if they not this, that, and the other by 30, then they have no value. About 35, then they have no value. Then when they go out here and they try to date multiple dudes and they just out here, and now you wondering why, and you want to call her all type of nonsense. Man, because you didn't place a time limit on her value. So now you can't get mad that she out here trying to rush. What is she supposed to do? She 27, she 26, 27, man, and she didn't try to focus on herself. And now you telling her that in 3 years that if she don't got X, Y, and Z, she trash, and now she done subscribe to it. And now you mad because she out here rushing the process, trying to expedite the process. Percy for sure. Like now she trying to expedite the, you know what I'm saying, expedite the process, man. Come on. Like, that's how the game goes. Beautiful Shalom, peace. What's happening? Oh, Chris for sure. And that's another thing, man. Just and that goes back into rushing the process. Rushing the process. You know, and it's different though for dudes, I would say. Because like a dude is not told that they don't have value once they reach a certain type of age. So we can, you know what I'm saying? We can rock at 35 and 40, man. We good out here. Like a woman at, like, they have been told, and not only just rhetoric on YouTube, they have been told by doctors, the medical field. They have been told these things by so-called professionals that if they don't have a certain life by 30, 35, that, hey, it's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like it's a lot of pressure on them in regards to settling down with a guy and having kids. It's like it's a lot of pressure on them according to professionals and things like that. You know, so they fighting against all that, and that creates anxiety within them. You know, that creates anxiety. And then let alone the fact that we don't even have to deal with the number of black men that's out here. You know, the ratio of black men to black women, let alone that. So it's like their anxiety level is crazy high. So then when you start putting that type of rhetoric out here, it's like, oh, snaps. What do I do? You know what I'm saying? We already don't have much to choose from because they locking our black men up. They killing our black men and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that the anxiety level is high. Then you telling me if I don't do X, Y, and Z by 35, it's gonna be that much more complicated for me. It's a whole problem out here. A whole problem. You know, so at the end of the day, like I said, man, just focus on yourself, man. I tell young sisters that. I tell young brothers that. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry at all. Don't be in a hurry at all. Do your thing. See, the problem of it is, it's like for the most part, a dude is going to value that because sometimes we have no choice but to value that part of the process, man, because it's gonna take us a minute to reach a certain type of status. You know, there is no real pressure on us to like speed things up unless you are already in a relationship. Magic 100%. Magic 100%, man. They move quickly because that's what society is telling them to do. You know, that anxiety, that pressure. And again, I'm not speaking in the sense of I am a woman, like I don't know, but like that's just the stuff that I have heard. I've literally heard young women talk about that. I've literally heard young women wrestle with that reality. You know, they reach a certain type of age, they got things going on for themselves personally, but since they not in a relationship and don't have kids, they feel like boom, my life is like I'm missing a big portion of, like, nah, man, come on, man, you got things going for yourself, man, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like what needs to happen, it will happen for you. Again, but we comparing our lives to everybody else's. That's a mistake, man. I don't care what other dudes my age are doing. I don't care what dudes underneath me are doing. I don't care what my elders are doing. I care about what I'm doing and how I'm moving and how I feel. You know, base this thing off of how you feeling. You know, all of this other stuff, man, again, like it's attachments to concepts, ideals, principles, traditions, things like that. That's an attachment, man. And that's, again, as I always talk about, the root to all types of suffering. You attach to this concept that you got to be married and have kids by 30, 35. That's a whole concept that you attach to. And when it's not happening, or when the time is nearing, when that age is nearing, anxiety has now arisen. And the only reason that this anxiety has arisen is because you are attached to this concept or this idea or this perception. So now you creating a toxic internal environment over nothing, all because you bought into this concept. So now you are creating a sickness within yourself. You are literally making yourself sick because you attach yourself to a concept. Like literally, we are making ourselves sick because we attach ourselves to concepts. We compare and contrast our lives to everybody else's. Like that's creating illness. That's creating illness within us. Literally, that create disease. And we gotta get out of that, man. Like I said again, like how you feeling, like what's your health like. These are things that's more important. I literally didn't heard people say, yeah, I had my kids at 20 just to get them out the way. Like that's how we view having kids, to get them out the way so you can have fun at 40. Like I've heard that. I've heard that more than once, more than twice, more than 100 times. I've heard that a lot. Yeah, I had my kids early just to get them out the way. So you didn't care about the conditions that you brought the child in under. You had them early so that you can get out the way. So when that's your mentality, you let me know right there that you don't care who you have these kids by with. You let me know that out the gate. You just want to have kids early so you can get them out the way. At that point, you are letting me know that you no longer care about who you have them with. Zero peace, what's happening? And that's trash. That's trash. And like I said, I hear that. I hear that a lot. I hear that often. I hear that very often. Yeah, just to get them out the way so I can have my fun. I can have my fun in my 40s and things like that, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on now. Joel, peace, what's happening? Deuces of growth, peace, what's up? What's happening? Learning to love myself, peace, what's happening? Oh yeah, and I was talking about yeah, and that's crazy that you say they tell women that all the time. Many women settle instead of waiting for who is for them. I actually had this conversation. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to school a young bull earlier about said subject matter. Like I was trying to school somebody, man, about with the conversation revolved around knowing when somebody is right for you and things like that. You know, and I had to talk to him about settling and what society is instilling in them in regards to settling because they have put this time limit, this expiration date on people. You know, so that's very, very interesting. You know, because at the end of the day, oh Chris, yeah, don't get me started on that, man. I've seen all type of foul reasoning, like all type of foul reasons for people having children. You know, they trying to get them out the way. They want to have them by a certain ethnic group. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to have them by a certain built person. Like you know what I'm saying? A person that's built a certain type of way because they think they're gonna turn out to have an athlete. You know what I'm saying? The next LeBron or something. See, I've heard all of this. I've heard all of this, man. So it's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. You know, at the end of the day, man, the way they got most of these people wired, it's no surprise to me why the disconnect exists. It's no surprise to me, man. Like nobody is slowing down. Everybody is rushing everything, man. People not taking their time. They not valuing the process, things like that, man. People just want to skip over everything, you know, and nobody is striving to do the mental work that needs to be done, the self-development work that needs to be done. Like all of that is out the window. We no longer doing that. Everything is expedited. Everything is expedited, man. That's the world that we live in. Everything. Oh, he reacts for sure. I done seen all type of man. I done seen all type of nonsense, man. I done seen all type of nonsense when it comes to that. I've seen people listen. I've seen people get tax returns, tax refunds, and all of that. The only reason you got that money is because of these kids, and all that money gets wasted, and none of it goes toward the actual children. Like I've seen all of that, man. I've seen all of it. My brother Antonio, peace. What's happening? I've seen a lot, man. I've seen a lot of foul things, man. I've seen a lot of foul nonsense. And one of the worst things I can't stand in reference to that is when people use the child as a weapon. Like that's horrible because the only one that suffers at the end of the day from that is the child. So I've seen that. I've spoken on that. But I've seen plenty of instances where the child is used as a weapon. And that's sick, man. Like that's sick. And I feel like anybody that do that, man, they should get locked up or something. Big Smooth piece, what's happening? Like when you use a child as a weapon, you deserve like some prison time or something. Child is not a weapon, man. Child is not a weapon, man. Like a relationship between you and the father or the mother of that child didn't work out, and now you want to use a child as a weapon. TZ, peace, my brother. What's happening? Like that's sick, and that shouldn't be tolerated. You know, and any way that we can document that and use it as evidence, we should be able to do it, and the people should be locked up, man. They should be locked up for that, man. Should be locked up for it because it's trash, man. That's one of the most toxic things that a person can do. You know, that's one of the most toxic things that a person can do, man. Just using that child as a weapon, man, for real. Like it's nonsense, man. It's already sometimes it'll already be hard enough just coexisting with the person, co-parenting with the person. Now you want to use the child as a weapon. It's already hard enough for some people, man, that things didn't work out and now y'all got a child, but now you want to be bitter and you want to use the child as a weapon, man, knowing that that's a weak spot for the other person. So now you're going to use that against them. Come on, man. And that happens too often. That's why, once again, I tell people to slow down. Slow down, man. Slow down. We got to stop being in such a hurry to do things. We are one of the most unhealthiest populations on the planet. Yeah, we rushing to do everything but get in shape and get healthy. We rushing to do everything else but that. I mean, we try to rush and do that, but it's impossible. You know, so we doing everything else but improving our health. Lorenzo, appreciate that donation, my brother, and the breakdown for sure. You know, so again, we one of the most unhealthiest populations on the planet, yet we rushing to get in relationships, we rushing to have children, we rushing to do all these things, yet our health is declining. How does that make sense? How long we gonna be in relationships if our health is declining? How we gonna take care of children if our health is declining? How we gonna enjoy this money that we trying to get quick, fast if we don't have our health? You know what I'm saying? So we trying to rush and do all these things quick, fast, whole while our health is declining. We getting sicker and sicker by the day. Aaron, peace, what's happening? So again, we got to make that make sense. Health is declining, yet we rushing to do all these things that involve or require our health, require us to be in tip-top shape. You having a child yet, you not focused on your health. So then when that child gets of age to enjoy their lives, now they got to take care of you. But you wanted to have this child so early because you wanted to turn up. But during the turning up process, you neglected your health. And now you got all type of complications. And now your child, now instead of them being able to enjoy life, they got to take care of you. That's selfish, man. That's selfish. You had this child early so you can turn up. Once you turn 40, you neglected your health in your 20s and 30s. Now you're turning up when you're 40, and now you're dropping diabetes, heart attacks, cancers, all of this happening earlier and earlier. Now your kids got to take care of you. Whole while you pass down your bad habits to them. So they sick as well. So they sick trying to take care of you. But you wanted to rush to have them, though. You wanted to rush to bring them in this world before you tried to figure out how to better take care of yourself first. Doesn't make much sense. Again, like I said, that's selfish. You not taking care of yourself purposefully. Now who got to take care of you? Who got to take care of you? You know, so that's stuff that people don't think about, man. All that turning up you want to do in your 40s, 45, 46, 47, all that what the song say? All that drinking gonna catch up. Y'all know the song y'all know the song I'm talking about. All that smoking gonna catch up. Y'all know the song I'm talking about. All that stuff is gonna eventually catch up to you. You know, so you keep turning up in your 40s, 45s, and all that, it's gonna catch up to you eventually. Then when it does, now we have a problem. Now your kids got to take care of you. I see it all the time, and that's stressful. A young child got to take care of their young parent, their young mother, or their young father because they didn't take care of themselves. Stressful. They can't enjoy their life and their lives in their 20s and 30s because again, now you sick, you bedridden, you got diabetes, they got to look out for you. So that's stress on top of stress. But you was in such a hurry to bring them into existence, though. We got to stop being selfish, man. We got to stop rushing to bring people into existence, bring people into this world under bad conditions, all because society told us we have to. Y'all got to chill on out, man. Y'all got to chill on out, man. It's better to bring people into existence under a healthier environment than a toxic one. Because again, only person that suffers is the child. That's who suffers the most, I should say. Nice peace. What's happening? So you got to take care of yourself. Show self-development. Self-development. It's like a broken record, man. That's what I tell people to focus on every time, man. Every time somebody talks to me and tell me what they or ask me what they should do, same thing, man. I tell them by this time, y'all should know. At this point, y'all should know what I'm gonna say. Stay committed to yourself. Stay committed to yourself, man. Stay focused on yourself. Elevation, evolution, all of that good stuff, man. That's what you need to focus on. That's what you need to concentrate on. And of course, your health, man. But again, focusing on your evolution and elevation is you focusing on your health. Because without these things, like I said, what do you have? Nice, 100%. 100%. But again, we not thinking about that. We not thinking about that at all, man. Like society has rewarded single mothers, so it's an incentive to be a single mother and things like that. So like it's all type of incentives out here, you know. And people had this like you get tax returns, large tax returns for having kids. Like people be having kids for all of these reasons, where they really think they benefiting, but it's like at the end of the day, like they really not. Like the type of things that we get excited about, other cultures don't get excited about them. Like in the black culture, when the stimulus hit and all that, man, like we was just for, oh man, we food stamps, man, they getting all this for food stamps for having these kids, and they getting all this money, the stimulus for having these kids, man. Ain't nobody else viewing it like that, man. That's how we looking at. Again, we looking at kids as a tool. If I had X amount of kids and I can get this amount of money back on my taxes, man, just boss up and make more money. Stop trying to have kids so you can get a large tax, because at the end of the day, it's not. How many people you know? How many people do you know? How many people do y'all know that then turned their whole entire lives around, became millionaires because they got a large tax return? No, like these people are dependent upon the system. These people don't take that and become millionaires by investing the tax return money. It's only a select few that might take that money and do something right and exact with it. For the most part, most of those individuals are blowing that money. That money ain't going toward the kids. That money ain't going toward any generational wealth. If anything, that money is going toward paying off debt. That money is not going anywhere to help the people at all. It's going right back into the system that's keeping us oppressed. So again, man, we be getting excited about some nonsense, about some dumb stuff. Oh, I wish I can get food stamps. No, you don't. No, there's no other culture of people talking about they wish they can get food stamps. I wish I'm going to have some kids so I can get. No other culture is saying this. No other culture is saying this. I done been around other cultures. They looking at us like, what are y'all talking about? TRKR for sure. Just like affirmative action, it had nothing to do with black folk, you know? Jasmine, Peace Queen, what's happening? But again, let me know who didn't became a millionaire just overnight because they got a large tax refund from having kids. They got a large tax return because they got all these kids. Who didn't became a millionaire because of that? No, literally, if you get that tax return and you got 3 or 4 kids, I'm going to assume that those kids probably need some things. That money can go all toward them. Period. But we want to act like that's a come up. Man, I remember when the stimulus happened. Man, we was looking at it like it's a come up. Man, I was working in the bank when this thing first popped off, and people were quitting their jobs like, I'm going to just chill on this unemployment. I'm going to get this stimulus X, Y, and Z. Dudes ain't have no plans. They ain't have no vision. They looked at it like it was a come up. Oh, they going to give me this money for sitting at home? Bet. I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to get this unemployment. I'm going to get this stimulus money. I ain't got no plan for it. I'm just get it for as long as they giving it to me. And then I go try to find a job when it's all said and done, it's over with. Man, you know how many people I talked to that was on that type of vibe? It was a lot. A lot of them came in there with that type of vibe. Man, they ain't had no vision. They didn't take the stimulus money. They didn't take the unemployment money and do better, even though people was making more with the unemployment than they were making at their jobs. But you couldn't tell because people wasn't doing what's right and exact with it. Again, we was the only culture on that type of vibe. Only culture on that type of vibe collectively. And it was sickening. It was sickening, man. We have literally got to change our mentality. It's just sickening, man. People falling for scams. It's all type of nonsense that we be falling for that's just stupid because we, again, trying to rush the process, trying to expedite the process. Trying to expedite that process, man. You gotta learn, chill out. We gotta chill out. Man, when you look at the statistics and see where we at economically as a people, is very low. And again, I worked in that field. I worked in the field, so I see how this I see the disparity. I saw it firsthand. I was in that field for like 4 years, 4 or 5 years. I was in that field where I was seeing things. I was seeing the economic aspect. I was seeing it. I was seeing the disparity. I was seeing how one group of people spend their money and move versus us versus another group of people. I saw the differences firsthand. I knew these differences before that, but I saw them. I can literally tell you how we were moving, how we were perceiving things versus everybody else. I can tell y'all the difference in mentality. And I can tell y'all, like, that's a reflection of the statistics. So we got to shift that, man. We got to shift that. I was in the field. You know, I'm speaking from experience in the field, in the actual field. This ain't something that I'm making up. Like, I'm speaking from experience in the actual field, man. So it's a lot that we got to change, man, as far as our mentality goes, man. But again, everything quick, fast, man. What can I do quick, fast? What can I do quick, fast? What can I do to succeed overnight? That's what that will get your attention. Learning to love myself 100%. Definitely designed to keep us in poverty, man. Like I said, my mentality, I didn't care. I really didn't care about the stimulus money. Like, I think I got one of the checks. I was focusing on business plans. I'm like, man, I'm gonna open up a gym in the middle of the pandemic. I'm gonna get my YouTube popping. I'm gonna monetize my YouTube. I maximized my time. You know what I'm saying? I was in a position where I was at a job. He was giving us 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I maximized my time. I said, all right, during my off time, I'm gonna spend that time researching how to find a building and how to start this gym. And then I'm also focused on this YouTube. I wasn't just sitting around like, boom, I'm just gonna collect this check and chill. No, I'm gonna put something in motion that's gonna benefit me down the line, that will eliminate my dependence on corporate America. That's exactly what I did. Like, that's exactly what I did, man. Listen, I'm trusting the process. I'm embracing the process, things along those lines. But I took that as a sign, like, that was a sign for me to focus, man, for me to focus and make some moves. All I had been talking about prior to the pandemic was not having enough time. So then I was given the time and I utilized that time. So that's why I get on people about complaining. Everybody want to say, man, if I had time, I'd do X, Y, and Z. Nope. 2020, like, the pandemic proved that is a lie. So the lie detector test determined that was a lie. 2020 was the lie detector test. And it determined most people are full of nonsense. Because a lot of people were given time and they didn't do absolutely anything with it. So y'all just full of BS, and people just be wanting to complain and cry. That's it. 2020 people were given time, and what did they do? What did they do with the time? Somebody let me know. What did people do with time? All this time people were spending indoors. Most people just did what? Put on weight. That's it. People gained 20, 30 pounds. That's what happened. That's what people did. Gained 20, 30 pounds, got lazier. That's what happened. Quarantine weight. That literally became a thing. Instead of quarantine businesses, instead of quarantine wealth, instead of quarantine success, we came up with quarantine weight. That's what we did. We put on quarantine weight, and that became a thing. Instead of, quarantine wealth, quarantine success, quarantine building. Nope. We didn't take advantage of quarantining. We didn't. We sat around, got lazy, got out of shape, gained weight. But everybody before that was talking about, man, if I had time, I'd be doing all of this stuff. If I had time, I'd focus on this. If I had time, I'd read more books. If I had time, I'd exercise more. If I had time, I'd go for walks. If I had time, I'd work out at home. I got all the workout equipment at home. I just don't have no time. You was given the time, and that workout equipment was still in the same spot. Didn't use it. You know what I'm saying? Come on. All of these, listen, full of excuses. Full of excuses. Full of excuses. Yeah, if I, you know what I'm saying? If I had time, I'd do this. I'd read these books and I research this. Nope. Nobody did it. I ain't gonna say nobody, but not many. Not many at all. And then what happened? So we come up out of the quarantine, we done added this weight, and now what everybody want to do? Again, me coming as a trainer, I want to lose 20 pounds in 20 days. Unrealistic goals now. Because again, quick, fast. That's what we want to do. Like slow your roll. Slow your roll, man. But again, we don't slow the roll, man. We don't slow our rolls out here. Quick, fast. That's what we on. Quick, fast, man. Y'all could have used 2020 as an opportunity to grow, as an opportunity to evolve, as an opportunity to build, but a lot of people did. So it's like, here we are. Now y'all going back into these offices and all of this type of stuff. Now everybody complaining. Hey, you should have maximized your time, man. You should have utilized your time more wisely. You knew they was going to eventually have y'all go back into an office for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming, yo. So if you was fooling with the work at home vibes, man, you should have created it. You should have created a system or a circumstance to where that became your reality. God is Queen, Peace Queen, what's happening? So again, like you should have created a situation or a circumstance to where that became your reality. Like I said, now we crying and complaining. We mad. That's on y'all at this point, man. You know what I'm saying? That's on y'all at this point. Y'all was given the opportunity. Y'all were given the opportunity and didn't do much with it. Because like I said, even if you lost your job during the pandemic, the unemployed, we know what a lot of people was making for unemployment. We know what a lot of people was making for unemployment, man. So you were still solid. So people could have, man, listen. People could have did a lot during that time and didn't. Could have did a lot during that time, but did absolutely nothing. And it's sickening. That's why after this whole situation, we still have far to go. We still have far to go in pretty much every avenue. Got a long way to go. Long way to go. Oh, TRKR, man. Them PPP loans got, man. PPP loans, man, got people all out of whack, man. Papoose said something like the got them PPP loans, but didn't read the in-betweens. You know what I'm saying? So they got people got them loans, man, and man, come on. Once again, and that's another thing that black people we gotta stop being on. Thinking that we be getting over. Listen, you are black in the Sharif and Peace, what's happening? You are black and in the wilderness of North America. You are never getting over on the feds. The feds just don't think you are important enough. The feds know what you're doing. They know every move that you're making. You not getting over on them. They just don't think you important enough to come pursue you. Once they feel like you important enough, trust me, they will get you. So there is nobody that's you not getting over on the feds, man. No matter how smart you think you are, trust me, it's not happening. They tapped in. If you got a phone, if you got any electronic device, you're not getting over. You're not getting over at all. I'm going to just keep it simple on that. If you have any type of electronic device, you're not getting over. Lindell, peace, what's happening? Antonio, man, you know people tried to get me, and I legit could have applied for one because I had the business, and I still didn't. I was like, nah, we good. We making money over here, man. You know, we got the clientele up. We good. I wasn't going to apply for that unless I actually needed it. You know what I'm saying? Point blank. Unless I really needed it, I wasn't going to apply for it. Carlton, peace, what's happening? Yeah, Papoose said it though, man. Got them PPP loans, didn't read the in-betweens. Got greedy like you needed. Man, listen. Hey, shout out to Papoose though, man. Papoose underrated. Go listen to that Papoose song, man. It's called Grown Man. Once you get off here, tap in Papoose. I think it's Papoose and Ransom, Grown Man. Let's listen to what Papoose was saying in that song, man. It's relevant to what I'm talking about right now. Listen to that song, man. Listen to Papoose featuring Ransom, Grown Man, and listen to Papoose's verse. Very relevant to what I'm talking about. Patrick, peace, what's happening? I'll tell you for sure. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting over on this system, man. Come on, man. You talking about a system that was designed to keep us in a certain spot. You think they don't know what we doing? You think they don't know what you think they don't know what we doing out here? You think they don't know that you out here making money and ain't paid them? Come on, man. They know. They just keep it. Listen, they just tallying it up so that when they get you, they gonna get you at a point to where it's almost gonna be impossible for you to pay it back. So they're not gonna get you when you owe them 100,000, 200,000. Man, they gonna get you when you owe $1 million. So then by that time, you ain't gonna be able to pay them back. You don't have to serve that time, tax evasion. So they ain't gonna get you when you owe 1,000. Like they might send you a warning, but they like, all right, you owe 1,000. We just gonna keep letting it accumulate. Then when they get to a real crazy amount, then they gonna bust you. Then they gonna pursue you. That's how they do it. But nice for sure. I kept it simple. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I don't need it. So therefore, I'm not even pursuing it. TRKR for sure. They just want to be in everybody else's business, man. That's how they operate. Well, they say, forget another man's business. I'ma mind my own. You know, that's how I operate. And again, that's why I live the way that I live, man. I'm never comparing my life to somebody else's. Honestly, I don't know what a lot of people are doing. Man, I don't even know what a lot of other YouTubers are doing because I'm not even comparing myself to them. Like, I don't even, not doing it. I'm not watching another person on YouTube and like, oh, they making all of this money, then I should be making that money. Man, I don't be knowing what people are doing out here. I'm not watching them like that. I'm not about to create anxiety within myself because I'm comparing myself to other people that's on YouTube talking about what I'm talking about and seeing their numbers compared to mine. I ain't finna do that. I put out the content I want to put out, and I keep it pushing. I do this, log off, go train people, or read a book or something. I don't do this, get off, and let me go watch everybody else see what they doing. Nah, man. When I feel the need to talk about something or discuss something, I do it. I tap out, and I go handle my other business. You know, at the end of the day, Patrick, at this point, those student loans or scholarships, they might as well now that's where they might as well take the L. Like they might as well take the L on the student loans. Like that collectively, they might as well take the L on that. Them student loans might as well be scholarships and grants at this point, man. They just gave us that money at this point. Gave it to us. But yeah, man, I'm chilling. I've always lived like that, man. I move at the beat of my own drum, man. And I've always been like that, man. I'm not gonna ever look at somebody else and say, oh, they got this, then I should have this. I should have more than them. I feel like I'm smarter than them. I've literally watched that. I watched that type of mentality drive people to the grave. I watched it too many times. I vowed to never live like that. You know, if anything, I'm gonna just congratulate. Okay, that brother doing X, Y, and Z. Cool, congratulations. You are exactly where you need to be in your life right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are exactly where you need to be, man. So embrace it. Embrace it, man. We start tapping into depression when we start focusing on what happened to us in the past, and then that anxiety is us focusing too heavy into the future. Like, that's where a lot of that stems from. Focusing too heavy into the future and just comparing ourselves, man. Comparing ourselves to other people. Anxiety. And because they didn't told you how your future should look. You know? And then you looking at things on social media. Now there you go. Anxiety. Man, my life, the way I'm living is kind of boring compared to what I'm seeing on social media, Instagram and all of that. Anxiety. Like listen, anxiety and anxiety and mental health, whatever, however you want to phrase it. But anxiety, again, this is the new common code. It's like everybody talks about having anxiety. Everybody talks about being depressed. Like, I honestly feel like everybody suffers from some form of depression and anxiety. But now that's the new thing. Anxiety and depression, like, this stuff is common. Like, pretty much every other person you're going to talk to is going to have some type of anxiety or dealing with some type of depression. 100%, man. It's going to be hard pressed to find somebody that ain't dealing with some type of anxiety or depression. Those things are very common now. It's just normal. Like, oh, you got anxiety? Me too. Oh, you got depression? Me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is common. Very common. Detron, peace, what's happening? You know, so at the end of the day, like, these things are common phenomenons now, man. They common. Like I said, man, let me know somebody who's not dealing with anxiety or depression or some type of mental health issue. Let me know who's not dealing with it. I'll be more surprised by somebody that claims they're not dealing with it. Like I said, man, every other person I come across dealing with anxiety in some way, shape, or form, man. It's just not rare. Like, now it's common. Back in the day, it may have been rare. You may not have had many people talking about anxiety, panic attacks, things like that. Now it just happens. Part of this was due to the pandemic that increased anxiety rates, you know. So part of it was due to that. Oh, Detron, for sure. Appreciate you tapping in, Lindell. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? You utilizing a bank and think the government don't know what you're doing. Or think the IRS, the feds, whoever, the private bankers. You know what I'm saying? Because the private bankers at the end of the day control the government. So you out here thinking that you fooling them. You got a whole bank account though. Come on, man. Those private bankers control these banks, so you best believe they know what you're doing. They know what you're doing. Again, like I said, you just ain't important enough. You just ain't made enough for them to be like, all right, we're gonna pursue them now. They just letting everything tally up. They say, all right, we're gonna let them make this amount before we go ahead and bust them down. We don't let them think they're getting away with it, but then we really just tallying up everything. We keeping a record, we document. That's all that we doing. It's like they do that in Hollywood. You have these high profile celebrities. They be doing things to women and things like that. Whole while they be getting off because they be protected by the establishment so they can serve a purpose. Then when they serve that purpose, all these allegations come out. Now, some of these allegations are false. Some of these are true. Some of these dudes did do these things that they were accused of because that's part of being in Hollywood. But they weren't getting busted because they was protected at the time because they had a purpose to serve or a purpose to fulfill. Once they fulfilled it and served their purpose, it's like, all right, cool. All the allegations come out now. We done utilizing you for your purpose. There you go. Now you can get locked up. That's how you function. MC for sure, man. I do this YouTube thing and Facebook. I got Instagram for business purposes, but that's it. Like, I barely be on Instagram for real, barely be posting because I'm not a picture type of person. But I really don't know how people be having all platforms. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, YouTube is a given. People gonna have YouTube. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have that for the videos, all that. TikTok, man, people be everywhere with it. Too much going on, man. I can't be doing that. Can't do it. Gotta protect your peace. I never forget. I read a book. It's crazy. Because I'm into marketing. That's what I actually went to school for. So I study a lot of social media marketing. And I got a book on Facebook advertising, Facebook ads. I read it like 5 or 6 years ago. The book is outdated, book is old. But one of the first things that the dude said, and this is a book on Facebook advertising. This is a book on making money on Facebook. One of the first things he said to do, he was like, delete the Facebook app from your phone. And this is a book on how to make money using Facebook ads. He was saying, delete the app off your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's they know the type of damage that can be caused by constantly scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, all these social media sites. So the dude was like, man, he deletes the app from his phone and he only accesses it from his computer. And this, like I said, was written like 5-6 years ago. So it's an outdated book. But again, one of the first things he was saying to do, delete the app off your phone. He was like, you got to focus on your business and you got to minimize distractions. Delete the app. And get on the computer and schedule time to get on the computer to check your numbers when you do the ad. But don't be checking the stuff from your phone. Because you're going to be distracted and you're going to end up scrolling. That's what he said. Oh, Chris, for sure. Hey, man, you ain't. I've been talking about that in reference to Will Smith, man, just on the low, but most definitely. James, 100%. That's why I tell people, when you focus on your purpose, hey, and then not only when you focus on it, but when you put things into motion to fulfill the purpose, the anxiety is definitely gone. Now, again, a lot of times, because it can backfire when you so focused on the purpose, like when you feel like you far away from, like, don't even focus on that. When you come up and create the purpose, figure out the process, focus on the process. Yeah, Chris, for sure. You know what I'm saying? It was just crazy to me. I was like, this dude out here telling you how to make money on Facebook, but telling you not to be on Facebook. Just let you know how the game go, man. He let you know that, hey, we gonna make money because we know everybody else be on Facebook, but we not gonna be on Facebook as business owners. But we gonna use it though. But we gonna tell all the people that's trying to make money, don't be on it like that. Don't have the app on your phone. Like, that was crazy. And I remember at the time that I read it, I did it. I was like, all right, bet I'm deleting this app. And it was very refreshing to do that. Like, my only problem now, which I could solve that problem, is that a lot of people communicate with me business-wise, like as far as my gym, through Facebook. Other than that, like I said, I wouldn't really be on these joints. Kingra, for sure, man. I gotta tap in with that. I gotta get on that joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put a lot more of those on the map. Carlton, that's what I was literally what I just said. I don't know if I just answered it before you know what I'm saying? But yeah, since I make my funds on that joint, it's a whole different ball game. But this was on, Facebook. It was just creating the ads. Like I said, it was outdated. But this was revolving around creating the ads, and he wasn't telling you not to be on it. And this was Facebook. So this wasn't Instagram. This wasn't Snapchat. This was strictly a Facebook ads book. So he's talking about Facebook. You know, and at this time, like it was like Facebook was very different. But he was just basically telling you not to have the app, don't be distracted, and basically check everything from like the laptop and set times to check your Facebook and all of that type of good stuff. But yeah, when you making money from these platforms, that's a whole different ball game. But even still, like I'm pretty sure in those books he would tell you just kind of limit the time. Like if this was the model that they used, they was like, if you own social media and if you not engaging in something that's gonna help you, like either like just make money or elevate the mind, then don't be on it. You know, so if you doing something, if you own this site that's helping you to make more money or it's helping to elevate your mind, then you making good use of it. But just don't be mindlessly scrolling on that joint. It's basically what he was saying. Like when you have these apps, man, it's easy to, it's just, let's be real, man. It's just easy to get distracted. It's easy to get on these apps and then just start scrolling. Like 95% of the time, you're gonna open that app up. You ain't really thinking about making money out the gate. Like, I'm finna just scroll. Because you're gonna see something because they tapped in. Whatever you was just talking about that the phone picked up on, you're gonna see that ad pop up. So they got you. MC for sure, man. They yeah, man. That's an underrated topic right there. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone, bro. That's a very underrated topic right there. Kyle, peace. What's happening? But y'all, with that being said, man, I pulled an hour, man. I just want to build for a little hour. I got a long night ahead of me, man. I got to train a few people, man. I got a few sessions tonight, man. So I got to get busy with the training. So I want to get my mental together before I go ahead and head back up to this gym, man. Probably dab into a little book or so, you know, before I head on up there, man. Get some water and all that in my system and all that good stuff, man. So I appreciate y'all tapping in, donations, all that good stuff, man. This was a inspirational build. Hope y'all got some inspiration, some motivation, whatever it is. Hope y'all got it from this particular stream, man. I'm gonna try to tap back in with y'all again, probably on Wednesday. So be on the lookout Wednesday. I appreciate all y'all, man. As always, peace, love, the vibes. I'm out, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. Peace.